Okay, and the next word I want to say with all of you that the word trigger. Okay, trigger it is verb, right? It is verb. So for the word trigger, it is really easy for us to remember. So let's imagine about the gun and about the trigger. Because for the word trigger, we can also use in a form as well. Yeah, and you know about the trigger of the gun, right? If you want to shoot the bullets, so you have to uh, press. You have to use your finger and you press on the trigger, right, to trigger and the gun shoots a bullet, right? And let's see how dictionary define about the meanings of the word trigger. Does mean to cause something bad to start. Yeah, in general, that's about the meaning of the word trigger. Besides weapons relates to weapon or the gun, we also use the word trigger. Yeah, like I can say like this. Um, um, like if you want your friends do this or do that, right? But you have to find out about the reason to trigger, yeah, to trigger, and then your friend will do that. But this will lead to bad result, right? Because this cause something bad to start. Like I can say that you are a kind of a person like to meet other friends and drink alcohol or beer, right? But for your close friend, that guy does not like to drink beers, but to trigger him to drink beer or alcohol. So you say something that's like you are not a man, you are not man, you are a lady or something like that. Because you do not like drink alcohol, yeah, something like that. If you do that and you say that, it means that you trigger your friend for drinking alcohol, yeah. But I just it's examples because at the time while I was learning at the universities, and for me, actually, that I do not like drinking beer as well. But sometimes my friends say me that uh, I'm not a real man because I do not like to drink beer or alcohol. Actually, that for me is I think that my health is not good because I cannot drink so much alcohol or beers. Like for beer, I just can drink for 2 or 3 bottles. That enough for me. So that's why I don't frequently drink alcohol or beer with other people until now as well. But sometimes I still meet my colleagues or my friends for drinking, but just for 2 bottles or 3 bottles of beers. And usually I meet my friend for drinking coffee and talk uh, something. I usually just talk about general topic, how about the lives of my friend or something else. But we, I never talk deeply about my life. Yeah, uh, and also, but usually that's when I meet my friends. I usually ask them, and I see that they talk so much about their life, and I am happy to hear. But yeah, I think that I'm happy to hear, but I do not like to talk. But sometimes depend on my emotion, right? So at the time I have the feeling that I am. I think that I immerse deeply in that conversation. I as well talk so much, but normally I do not talk much. Okay, we have one example like this. Some people find that certain foods trigger their headaches. Yeah, their headaches. Actually, for the word headaches, I pronounce. Um, I think I pronounce difficultly for me. Yeah, for the word headaches, it is a singular, easy for me headache, but plurals, it is quite difficult, right? Headaches. Okay. Some people find that certain foods trigger their headaches. Okay, and so for this, you can understand that for some people, right? And they find, yeah, that certain foods, yeah, some food, certain foods, they already determined about the kind of food, so they call certain foods, yeah, certain food that start their headaches or trigger their headaches, yeah. Okay, and the next example like this. The racial killings at the weekend have triggered off a waiver protest. Yeah. For this sentence, I do not lie. It will happen in our life, right? Because about racial killings. And for this in Vietnam, I think it is really good, right? This never happened. Yeah, I do not. How about the place you are living? But in the place I'm living, from the time when I was a child until now, um, I never seen the racial killings in this place. So for me, I really appreciate about this in Vietnam countries. Okay, and for this, as you can understand that we can say like this for right now, there is a huge protesting right on the streets, that there are many people gathered on the streets, and they hang up the slogan with some requirement authority or the government had to do to stop the racial killings right in their countries.